Hey, what's going on, peeps? It's been a while, I know, but I want to take a second to talk pricing, price objections, dealing with pushback, dealing with negotiation on price. And I'm going to cut right to the chase on this one. Listen, you don't owe your buyer a price. So I know a lot of times buyers come to you and say, look, we've only budgeted $50,000 for this, but yours costs $65,000. Well, yours costs $60,000. They want you to give them a $10,000 or $15,000 break. Here's your answer to them. No, I'm not going to give you $15,000 because you budgeted only $50,000. That makes no sense to me. Listen, what matters the most is the value there. Okay, and the value is determined by the size of the gap, or another way of putting it, the value is determined by the outcome they're trying to achieve in comparison to where they are today. So for instance, if you sell something that saves a bunch of time and currently today they're losing, I don't know, I'm making shit up, $250,000 a year in lost time, and they're losing to their competitors to the tune of $50,000 a deal, and let's say their revenue's down or the revenue's flat and they should be making their goals and they're behind their goals by $1 million. So right there is about $2 million in problem, $2 million in problem that they're having, not including the people who are unsatisfied because it takes too long to do stuff, not including all kinds of other stuff, right? So it's $2 million in problem and your product costs $65,000. That's a good investment. $65,000 for a $2 million gain. That's a good investment. You don't owe it to your buyer to come down $15,000 because they didn't budget enough. Don't make their budgeting problem your pricing problem. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. But here's the problem. Too many of you are selling with the idea that you're selling a product. And so when the buyer says, oh, hey, you want 65, I'll give you 50. You say, well, what if we meet in the middle? Well, you do this negotiation dance. No. That makes no. They're not buying your product. They're buying the outcome. And therefore, you have to ask yourself this question. Why should I discount it? Why do they need a discount? Why? And if the answer is because they don't have enough money, that's not, like, it's silly just saying. That's not a good reason to discount because they didn't save enough money. They didn't budget enough money. They don't have enough money. You got to come down on your price now? That makes no sense. So stop it, people. Look, here's a way of looking at it. I'm going to do this in simple terms. You sell a house. You got a beautiful house on the beach, okay? They want a house on the beach, but they've only budgeted $3 million, right? The house on the beach costs $3.7 million. And they want you to come down because they didn't budget for a house on the beach. Buy a house 2 blocks off the beach or come up with the extra $700,000. Like, it just makes no sense. So people, stop giving away money for no reason. If you want to understand when it's time to, quote unquote, lower your price, ask yourself, why do they deserve a discount? Why should I give them a discount? And if the answer is, there's not enough value, the gap isn't big enough, we have a competitor who offers the exact same thing or can deliver, I should say it this way, who can deliver on the same outcome or almost the same outcome for a little less, okay, now you're in a little bit of trouble because they can get the same outcome for less, then you need to come down. But outside of any competitive pressures where someone can deliver on the same outcome in the same way, you don't come off your price. You don't make their bad budgeting, their lack of affordability, their lack of funds, their inability to save for a rainy day your problem. Stop giving money away that you don't need to. Stand tall and say, listen, I'm sorry, but you try to save $2 million, trying to get $2 million back. Our thing only costs $60,000. We think that's outstanding value. Sorry, we can't lower our price. All right, with that, I hope you learned something here. Stop giving the farm away. Stand your ground. Understand that you're not selling the product. They're not buying the product. Stop doing negotiation and pricing over product. Focus on the outcome. Focus on the gap. Where are they today? Where do they want to go tomorrow? How big is the gap? And is what you're charging worth it? If it is, stand by it. Stand by it. All right, y'all. Hope this was helpful. You know what I'm going to say. Until next time, peace. I'm out.